Hello children, welcome to class 10th. As you all are in class 10th now, you might have planned to study day and night. Suppose one night you have planned to study and on top of it you have to complete your physics assignment and there is a power failure at your place and there is no power backup, that is no inverter or generator facility available. So next day, in the morning, what will you say? Ma'am, I could not complete my assignment because there is no current, no light at my place. So children, when the current flows through a circuit, through an appliance and makes it work, then it is known as electricity. And that's what we are going to study today. Chapter 12, Electricity. It is one of the most important necessities of modern era. For example, geysers, toasters, electric iron, your mobile phone even works with the help of electricity only. You are quite familiar with this word electricity. In previous classes, you have studied about static electricity, right? So in static electricity, what you have studied? You have studied about atom. In an atom, what do we have? We have nucleus. In nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. And electrons, they revolve around the nucleus, right? This is about atom, and each and every object is made up of atom. When two objects, they are rubbed with each other, then children, what happens? Transference of electrons takes place. Transference of electron will take place, and thus what will happen? Obviously, one object will give electron and another object will accept electron. So the object which gives electron will become positively charged and the object which takes electron will become negatively charged. So what will we say? That acceptors are negatively charged whereas donors are positively charged. So that is about static electricity. That just because of the rubbing, objects get charged and those charges remain with them only. That is known as static electricity. So what we have to discuss? We have to discuss about electric charge first. Electric charge is the fundamental property of matter. And there will be two types of charges. One is positive, another one is negative. The object which loses electron or the object which gives electron, the object which donates electron will become positively charged. Whereas the object which gains electron, which accepts electron, will become negatively charged. Now children, as we are talking about charges, one object is giving, another object is taking. We should know how to measure it. So for the measurement of any object, we need a unit. So the SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. Electric charge is measured in coulombs. And what do we say? How an object becomes charged? Just because of the transference of electron. So the least possible value of the charge on an object will be equal to 1 electron. If it is giving, it will become positively charged. And if it is accepting, it will become negatively charged. So what do we say? That smallest possible charge on an object will be equal to 1 electron. It could be positive or negative. If object is taking electron, it will become negatively charged. And if it is accepting, it will become positively charged. Now, the question arises, what will be the charge on an electron? So it has been seen that charge on one electron will be equal to minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Just take a note of it. The charge on one electron is equal to minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. So, if an object accepts one electron, charge on it will be equal to minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. If an object gives one electron, charge on it will be equal to plus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Similarly, if an object gives two electrons, charge on it will be plus 2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. That is 3.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Similarly, if an object accepts two electrons, charge on it will be equal to 3.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb with the negative sign. So children, this is all about the electric charge. And what is the electric charge? Fundamental property of matter. Electric charges, it will be of two types, positive and negative. If it gives electron, it will become positively charged. If an object receives electron, it will become negatively charged. So this is about the static electricity. Now children, we will come to the topic electricity. Electricity is what? That when the current flows through an appliance and makes it work, that is known as electricity. So we have to discuss about dynamic electricity. That is, current is flowing. So how can current flow? So to make the current flow, we have to take help of the conductors. You are quite familiar with the word conductors even. You have studied in junior classes. Those objects which allow current to flow through them are said to be conductors. Metals are considered to be good conductors like copper, silver, aluminium and many other metals. So children, two objects, one is positively charged and another one is negatively charged. They are kept away from each other and whatever charge are there on them are static. But if we connect them with the help of a conductor, then what will happen? Charge will start flowing from one object to the another object, and that is only known as electricity. And in between, if any appliance is kept, then that appliance will start working. And this arrangement is known as electric circuit. So what do we say? What is an electric circuit? A closed continuous path of electric current is said to be electric circuit. Now, the question arises that what is this electric current? Electric current is actually the electric charge flowing through a cross-sectional area per unit time. What is electric current? It is the amount of charge which is flowing through a particular area in unit time. Fine. We have decided, we have discussed that charge is what? Charge is whatever number of electrons given or taken by the object. Now, that charges remains with the object, that is a static electricity. But if we connect it with the help of the conductor, then charges will start flowing from one object to the another object. And when the charges are flowing, that is considered to be electric current. More precisely, we can say that the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time is said to be electric current. And electric current mathematically can be calculated by the formula I is equals to Q upon T, where Q is the charge and T is the time. Right? Now children, how can we, now we have to measure same way current also. So for the measurement of current, again we need a unit. So what is the unit of electric current? As you all know, charge is measured in coulomb and time is measured in seconds. So from here we can derive the unit of current. It will come out to be coulomb per second. So what is the unit of electric current? It is coulomb per second, which is also known as ampere. So what is the SI unit of current, children? It is ampere. And how can we define 1 ampere? From this formula only. What will we say? That if 1 coulomb charge is flowing through a particular area in 1 second, how will we define it? What will be the amount of charge? 1 coulomb. And what will be the time? 1 second. Then the amount of current flowing through it will be equal to 1 ampere. So the SI unit of current is 1 ampere. And if 1 coulomb charge is flowing through a particular area in 1 second, then the amount of current will be considered as 1 ampere. Alright children, so the formula with which we can measure current is equal to Q upon T. Fine. Now, in a circuit, as I have told you, what is a circuit? Where with the help of a conductor, appliances are connected and there is a source of current. So what do we say? What is a circuit? A closed continuous path of the current is said to be a circuit. Fine. So with which appliance, with which apparatus we can measure the amount of current flowing in a circuit? That is known as a meter. The appliance with which we can measure the current flowing in a circuit is known as a meter. And it is connected in series with the appliance, so that whatever amount of current is flowing can flow through that particular appliance and then with the ammeter, and we can measure its value correctly. Fine. So what do we have? Experimentally, it can be measured with the help of an ammeter and it should be connected in series. You will be studying in further about the series and parallel connection, but just now we understand that ammeter is an appliance which is connected with the other appliances, so that whatever amount of current is flowing in that particular circuit can pass through the ammeter and we can measure its value properly. Fine children. So we have studied about the charge. Charge is what? It is basically electron. When object receives electron, it becomes negatively charged. When object gives electron, it becomes positively charged. And the unit with which we can measure it is coulomb. The SI unit of charge is coulomb. And the amount of charge on one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb with the negative sign. And whatever will be the amount of charge on a particular object will be an integer multiple of 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Because an object will give 1 electron, 2 electron. It cannot give 1.5 electron or half electron or 2.5 electron. It will always give 1 to an integer multiple. Right? So, what will be the charge on an object? It will be Q, which is equal to number of electron given or taken by the object multiplied by 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Then children, we have studied about the current. What did we say? That current is equal to charge, that is Q upon T. Current is the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time. And the SI unit of current is ampere. And how we have defined ampere? That if 1 coulomb charge flows through a conductor in 1 second, then the amount of current flowing through it will be equal to 1 ampere. Right? So that's what we have studied till now. About the charges, about the current. Now the question arises that if two objects, they are charged and connected with a conductor, and we said that the charges will start flowing from one object to the another object. Now the question arises, what will be the direction of the flow of the current? Whether it will flow from one object, first object to the second object, or it will flow from second object to the first object. So to know the direction of the flow of current, there is another term which is known as electric potential. Electric potential determines the direction of the flow of current, which we will be discussing in next video. Now children, as we have studied about the electric circuit, about the current, about the charges, about the number of charges present in how to calculate number of charges present. So now I am going to give you a home assignment. So children, there are the 3 questions which you have to solve. That is, what does an electric circuit mean? Define the unit of current. Calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. You have to solve these questions. Pause this video and you may note it down. It's already given in your NCERT book on page number 200. So you can go through your NCERT book even. Right? So just go through this video thoroughly and solve these questions as well. Right? So children, stay home and be safe.